Hi dear students, dear friends, welcome to Gallant IAS. Let me introduce you. HEPGEC 5 into 2 is equal to 10 in 5 minutes and it's first episode. HEPGEC, which is History, Economy, Polity, Geography, Environmental Science and Current Affairs. This is a daily revision program. This is a daily question practice program for Prelims 2020. We will be practicing UPSC standard model questions and UPSC previous year's questions from the core subjects of our syllabus. We will practice it on daily basis and it will help us to have a good revision for each core subject for the Prelims 2020. So let us start now. This I already told you. Our basic mission of this program is make ourselves strong in the basics of every core subject. This is to understand the recent trend and pattern of our UPSC examination. This is to give a good number of revision for each core subject. And this is to practice more number of questions. That is the shortcut solution for clearing our prelims examination. Then this is to boost our confidence and this is to have a self-evaluation. What is our strength and weakness in each subject? And also this will remind us that every topper was once a beginner. Okay, be always positive, be always receptive, practice a good number of questions and that will definitely help you to clear prelims 2020. Be strong in the concepts in each subject. Our first question, history. Sanskrit play Malavika Agnimitram by Kalidasa portrays a love story of the king belonging to. So this is again an important topic. Yes, the major literary works and their authors. Sometimes these authors and their works are discussed in national dailies also, in Hindu, Times of India, in Indian Express, etc. Whenever their anniversary is celebrated or some events are celebrated, the major great personalities, writers, poets, dramatists of ancient, medieval, modern times are discussed in the newspapers. So definitely the literary works of ancient, medieval, modern times, their authors and the main subject of each literary work, etc. is very important. Now, Sanskrit play Malavika Agnimitram is written by Indian Shakespeare Kalidasa, who was one of the 9 gems in the court of the Chandragupta II or Vikramaditya Gupta ruler. And Malavika Agnimitram is a Sanskrit play which revolves around the love story of Agnimitra and Malavika. Agnimitra was the son of Pushyamitra Sangha. Pushyamitra Sangha was the founder of Sangha dynasty. It was a post-Mauryan and pre-Guptan dynasty. Okay. So Pushyamitra Sangha's son was Agnimitra and his love romance story with Malavika, that is the central subject of Malavika Agnimitram. So the character Agnimitra, he belongs to Sangha or Sunga dynasty. Direct, indirect taxes. You already studied, I know. Which of the following come under the category of direct taxes? Direct, indirect taxes you studied. Direct taxes, they are non-transferable taxes. Indirect taxes are transferable taxes. Direct taxes, we already learned that this is directly paid by the taxpayer to the government. Okay, this is non-transferable. Direct taxes, yes, for example, income tax or corporate tax or wealth tax, whatever, such a tax directly paid by the taxpayer to the government. Okay, and no intermediaries are there. That means the tax levied by the government directly on the taxpayer. But indirect tax is transferable. First it is levied on this intermediary, mostly a manufacturer, suppose, okay, manufacturer. Then he shifts that burden of tax payment to the customers or consumers, okay, by adding that tax to these values of the services or goods, you know, he's shifting that tax burden to these consumers, customers. So that is, indirect is always, that is a transferable tax. And example is like service tax is there, sales tax is there, excise duty is there, this VAT is there, they are indirect taxes. So direct, indirect taxes. Income tax, corporate tax, wealth tax, they are direct taxes. VAT is an indirect tax. Okay, your answer will be D, 1, 2, 3. Geography, which of the following pearls connected by Suez Canal? Actually, this is again very important. Very recently, if you check the pattern of UPSC, some physical geography, map-based questions, they started asking in a good number. Okay, a good number of questions they asked from this particular category, which is the physical geography and map-based questions. Okay, so you cover these Suez Canal, this is this which of the following pair is connected by Suez Canal, Mediterranean and to Red Sea? You know that. So here, focus on this physical geography of India and the world. See, the state, the cities, the capitals, or the states which share international borders, whenever such cities or states or rivers they are in the news, definitely you have to go for, okay, the geographical identity, locations, etc. The cities and the rivers from north to south, or rivers from east to west, or west flowing rivers, east flowing rivers, the tributaries you have to cover well. Then these islands, for example, very recently Andaman Nicobar Islands, okay, the events happened to that. So obviously the islands and marine locations, India and the world, you have to, whichever in the news, you have to focus upon. The countries in the news and, for example, the frequent diplomatic relations or visit of Indian bureaucrats or leaders to Central Asia, West Asia, we have seen. So obviously, those neighboring states, neighboring countries, and their rivers or their marine locations or their major cities, okay, all those are important. Please cover. Then there's deserts, rivers of Africa, America, whatever in the news you cover well. So you must have a good practice of map-based physical geography questions, okay, that will help you in your prelims examination. Judicial review is the power of High Court to examine the constitutionality of legislative enactments and executive orders of state and center. Okay, this is a power conferred upon these Supreme Court and High Courts of India. Okay, this is to check or this is to examine the constitutionality of these legislative enactments and these executive orders of both the central and state governments. Okay, this is, under the provisions of Article 13 and 226. You could see that High Courts also conferred upon with these judicial review powers. So this is of both the central state governments. Environment, Flamingo City is located. Flamingo City, Flamingo, that falls under the category of the wording bird, and this Flamingo City, this is in the Kutch Wildlife Sanctuary, that is in Gujarat, Ran of Kutch, Gujarat, okay. And this Flamingo City, this is declared as like an important bird area. This was declared as an important bird area by this BirdLife International, okay. So have an idea about, so what I'm saying is try to practice different types of questions, from the core subjects. You have a good number of practice of the questions, both the previous year's questions and UPSC standard model questions, and also try to understand which areas you are stronger, which areas you are weak, okay? Or you always be okay with your stronger areas, but take care of your weaker areas and rectify your weakness, okay? So stay positive, practice good number of questions. Please do subscribe the channel for more HEPGEC video sessions, okay, video series. Thank you.